Is this a wild new menu crawl?
Pretzel Bear here. Today we're at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. It's time to go on one of our favorite crawls all across Walt Disney World.
Yes, we're going to Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness for some new menu items.
Yes, because you're your number one choice of foodie infotainment. We're here to try these new things so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I'm going to make like a tree and stand here.
It's time to foodie and chill. For the first time in forever, there is another location outside of Saratoga Springs that serves the Bavarian pretzel. This pretzel is available at Disney Springs, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, as I just said, Saratoga Springs, and now the Wilderness Lodge. The odd thing about this one, though, is they put butter on it. So the pretzel is not vegan as is. You do have to ask for it without butter, which means they give you the salt on the side. And then typically it comes with a beer cheese sauce and an aioli, but neither one of those are vegan. One has egg, one has dairy. So they gave me a regular mustard, because who's going to say no to mustard? Certainly not me. I'm going to take a piece. Ooh. All right, that's a small piece. For me, this is a small piece. Dip. I haven't had a pretzel in like a week. It tastes identical to all of the other pretzels that you can get at Disney properties. It's delicious. I don't understand why they put the butter, but you know what? I actually don't mind it because, like, especially Germany, they go really hard on the butter there. Not the butter, sorry, the salt. And so I find myself constantly, like, trying to take the salt off of the pretzel. So being able to get one by default without salt and salting it myself, I guess with like water or something, I'm not mad at that. It's like choose your own pretzel adventure. I'm a pretzel person, so I'm going to love this regardless. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 pretzels. The whole being buttered confuses me. That's why it gets points off. But other than that, it's tasty.
Believe it or not, this is actually peak pretzel performance for me. Typically, when we get a pretzel, I'm the guy in the corner brushing all the salt onto the ground because I don't want anywhere near that salt. One, my doctor saw that. He would probably be rather upset with me. Two, I just don't like a ton of salt on pretzel. I like a dot here, a dot there. I prefer none to start. But this, to me, it's perfection. Breaded, twisted pretzel with no salt. There's like a little twinkle here and there, but like for the most part, no salt. And then we have the mustard. Everybody loves a good mustard. I mean, if you really think about it, Bavarian pretzel is really just bread service in a shape. I'm not mad at that. I would give this a solid 3.75 out of 5 claws. As your arbiters of new things, we were summoned here because the menu changed. The pretzel was one. The second is this beautiful Bison meatballs. They're with the Goat Cheese Polenta, little crispy onions on top, some green onions, and a little barbecue sauce. We like a good meatball. I would be interested to see a vegan version of this, but that's a story for another time. Ooh. You can see it's just like in the polenta, like a polenta straitjacket for the meatballs, and they're massive meatballs. I definitely wasn't expecting anything close to this size, but we are excited. Delicious meatball. It's nice, it's tender, it's juicy. I forgot in the description, it's Chipotle barbecue sauce on these Bison meatballs. You aren't getting a ton of heat from the Chipotle. It's maybe 1.5 out of 10 on the heat scale, but you're getting all bursts of like that pepper flavor on top of the Bison, and that creamy goat cheese on the polenta is almost like a second sauce on the bottom. It's quite enjoyable. It's a sizable portion too, even though it looks rather small. The ramekin is like filled with it. This is definitely this is a meal even for a bear, like a nice light lunch, even though it's in a shareable portion. Don't share these. Make your friends get their own. This is your vacation. I would give that 4.25 out of 5 claws. On today's episode of Let the Foodie Thoughts Win, I have this goat cheese polenta, and I have a pretzel. that I stole from the princess. Because why not? A polenta covered in Chipotle barbecue sauce on top of a pretzel piece. I'm not mad at that. I call it corn bread. Hey, I'd give that a 4 out of 5 plus.
I went against my better judgment, and instead of getting a House of Brown rosé, I got the whiskey sour with an Uncle Nearest. Anything with Uncle Nearest in it is going to win me over. Though this is like usually a bear drink. Yeah, it's a bear drink. It's whiskey with the splash of sweet and sour. That is a slow sipper. I'm probably going to ask for a straw. I give it a 4 out of 5 Uncle Nearests. I think that Uncle Nearest would be proud.
A celebration of all things, but especially Uncle Nearest. I have no idea why that phrase has been stuck in my head, but until I get rid of it, yes, Sam Eagle, responsible for that one. Until it's out of my head, you guys have to suffer with me. So I'm celebrating the Uncle Nearest. I was very surprised the princess ordered this drink. Normally whiskey sour is my current category of beverage, but she sees Uncle Nearest and her eyes light up, so I understand. That's got some kick, like a horse in the wilderness, if you will, but it's tasty. I quite like it. The whiff of sweet and sour is actually kind of my bag. I don't like it too sweet, but I want to taste it or smell it. I don't want it anywhere near my beverage though. That is a tasty beverage. If you had told me this was whiskey on the rocks, I probably would have believed you. 4.25 out of 5 plus.
In some weird twist of events, Bear ordered the Black Cherry Mule. This is a Tito's drink. I have had this many times before, but it usually came in one of those tin Mule cups. Surprised that they changed it back to a regular cup. Oh. I think the ginger beer is a little flat. And because it's flat, it has a stronger ginger taste to it. Even me, I love ginger drinks. I would not drink that. That is a 2 out of 5. Bear is gonna regret that life choice. It's not good.
A Black Cherry Mule, because I guess the subtitle of this episode of Princess and the Bear is trading places. Because the princess is ordering what I would order, and I would order what she was ordering. Not really, just in the beverage section. I like mules when they're made correctly. When there's a better ratio of ginger beer to whatever you're mixing with. Now this is Tito's, a black cherry syrup, lime juice, and cane sugar with ginger beer. If the ginger beer is bad, I'm going to have a rough time. But as a wise man once said, if you have a life filled with some regrets, it means that at least you lived the life. I'm paraphrasing. That ginger beer is seen better days. Somebody should take it out behind the shed and take care of it. Yes. Maybe Old Yeller It. I know that probably brings up some traumatic memories for you guys. Similar to Betray You and the Horse, but hey, as you age, so does the world turn. I'm giving that a 2.25 out of 5 claws. I'm going to drink it, but I'm not going to enjoy myself. You would think that Geyser could coast by on just the views, and the views, they are pretty, but the food is actually really good as well.
The food is always good. I will say, though, the hack for me with the pretzel was to do a dip in the mustard and then a small dip in the salt instead of putting water or whatever. That was the way to go. Still confused me that this is the only pretzel that they butter. You can go to Hangar Bar, you can go to the Edison, you can go to the Four Parks. And you can go to the surf club and get ones that have salt or sesame seeds and not buttered. So it's just weird. But I think I've gone on that soapbox long enough. I found my winning combo, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, Geyser is special, apparently. I will say, Disney, you got to stop building cabins. The princess just wants to stay.
Oh, man,
and that means that we have to pay to stay, and I don't want to pay. So
Oh, it's hard to like even justify paying to stay when you live like down the street. If we lived back in Jack's like we did before the pandy, I think maybe I could have gotten it from Bear, but at this joint, I have to like wait for my birthday.
I'm working on it. I'm trying at the very least. But on to more things.
And maybe just help me with my needs and comment why Bear should let us stay at either a cabin here or a cabin in the Fort Wilderness area when it opens.
Use the community against me. I see what you're doing here.
I mean, opinions are nice.
I know the Disney adult in you would say that you should take the boat. Honestly, we prefer the bus in between Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness Campground.
Yeah, we do prefer the boat around other places like from the Polynesian or the Grand Floridian, but something about taking the bus from Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness, it's always empty, it's always nice, it's relaxing, and you get to see more of the things, I think, than the water. But it is a little bit of a longer walk, but like by like, I don't know, a few feet, not a lot.
We said this now, and everybody's going to ride the bus, and then we're going to be forced to ride the boat.
I know, right?
Either way, we prefer the bus. What do you guys think? More food, though.
Let's go try some new food. I have the fried green tomato sandwich, which used to be sliders and is now a sandwich. And just like Bear's brisket sliders have become a sandwich, this is something that Crockett's has done before. I miss them as sliders, but I think they are delicious. I love the crunch flavor and texture of this sandwich. I think it is addicting and worth coming to Fort Wilderness no matter how difficult the trek. I would say if you want like a people break from Magic Kingdom, come to Crockett's at like 3, but you'd be done by 4 and back at Magic Kingdom by like 4:30 and ready to have a good, nice afternoon after a nice break. And I think it's worth it. I love this sandwich. I wish that there were more places that you could get it, but the options for fried green tomatoes for vegans has gotten less and less. Currently, Universal has Mardi Gras, and they have an amazing fried green tomato sandwich. So if you have Universal in your trip too, I recommend trying both of these for science. Or, go to both and try them on different days and whatever. Actually, you don't need to go on the same day to try it for science. You should just try it for science anyway. I'm on a tangent. I will say it's delicious. It is a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. Especially if you're a non-alt meat person, you want to try this sandwich. It's just so good.
Fried green tomato sandwich. We meet again in these glorious circumstances here at Crockett's Tavern. I bring an empty stomach. You bring me many, many fried green tomatoes. And we, me and the princess it is, will continue to eat them. I had concerns initially over time once Crockett's converted from whatever it was before, that like dedicated lounge, like this more like foodie focused sort of lounge, that eventually the high quality with like the boards and the little baskets and everything would fade. That has not happened, like not in the least. The quality has maintained, if not gotten better. Even the things that they serve all the time, even with the shift from like sliders to like a whole sandwich, they still maintain the crispy fried green tomato. The sauce is still amazing. Staff here, some of the best on property. Fight me over it. That's a delicious sandwich. I have no complaints. Plenty of sauce, plenty of fried green tomato, soft bun, lettuce is crunchy. What more can I ask for? Give that 4.25 out of 5 bucks.
Instead of French fries, you get beautiful cauliflower. This cauliflower used to be its own side option at Crockett's, but that changed a while back. I'm going to dip it in the remoulade, which is as I lose it. It's basically the same sauce that they have on the fried green tomato sandwich. So you're just getting more. So if you want more sauce for your sandwich, it's okay to just pour it on. I love the crunch and the flavor of this cauliflower. It's not just like it's thrown into a batter and fried. It's got like a heat to it. It's been seasoned, so it's beautiful. Is it as good as the cauliflower that I had at Frontera recently? Actually, no. Frontera is leading me in cauliflower love lately. This one is like maybe a close second. I will give this a 4 out of 5 cauliflower. It's not bad. I just had a really good one recently, so it's not on the same level.
Not cauliflower, but cauliflower, because we enjoy as foodies and making up our own foodie dialect amongst ourselves. And then we just happen to share it with you guys. But I love the way this cauliflower is cooked, the char, the breading. Excellent cauliflower. We've been getting a lot of cauliflower lately, but I'm not hating. It's always nice to see a restaurant attempting to do something other than your basic bare bones alt meat. Alt meat's easy. Making something unique and distinctive, that takes skill. Give it a dip as I also lose it in the... No. This is why I don't fish. Amongst other reasons. I tried, and I failed. What really sells it is the crunch on that breading. Immaculate. That feeling, the flavor, seasoned breading. If Crockett's Tavern knows to season this breading, the rest of you have a whole problem on your hands. That's delicious, even as a side. I would give that 4.25 out of 5 claws. Crockett's Tavern is coming at us with the new, half new, with this shrimp and grits portion. Now, they used to have a shrimp on the menu that was shrimp and garlic sauce, but now you have shrimp and grits that apparently also have cheese on them. Now, you still get some little like cornbread, little crostinis on the side to serve it on. Now, the cornbread does have jalapeno in it, so be careful with that. And you get a nice charred lemon for the shrimp and grits itself. So it still feels like, even with the sausage and the grits, that it's meant to be spread on said crostini. So I'm going to take a sea roach, serve tail off. Look at that. Look at them go. And up there, a little bit of this cheesy shrimp and grits. And we're even going to take a little piece of sausage and we're going to stack there on top like a nice wide brim Red Dead Redemption 2 style cowboy hat. That shrimp is cooked wonderfully. The sauce with the grits, I think the extra bit of cheese does help. A little sprinkle of corn on top. You didn't have to do that, but you did, and I appreciate it. The sausage also has a nice char on it. It feels like a cowboy's version of a charcuterie board, but it's really just a fake cast iron skillet and a block of wood with bread and sea roach. Also, not a complaint. I like a place that dies the theme. Crockett's Tavern does that. You get little fake cast iron skillets, you get wood boards, even your tablecloth napkins are like old school white checkered red napkins, and you get water cups that are solo cups, just clear. It's the small things that matter, really. I give those 4 out of 5 claws. I think it's a solid upgrade to the garlic shrimp before, because those felt kind of basic because you're really just getting like a few shrimp. Now you're getting shrimp, grits, the sausage, and the crostinis. I'd say that is a complete upgrade. When at Crockett's Tavern, do like the Crockett would do, and you get a moonshine margarita. Now, none of the moonshines, these store-bought moonshine in the heaviest of quotes, are vegan, so the princess has never had any. If you guys do come across any sort of moonshine that you find is vegan, or that we can look up to check, comment a cocktail emoji in the thing so I can find that for the princess. She needs to try this blasphemy to all things moonshine. I have lived in Florida too long when I have expectations of my moonshine. Cheers. That was a mistake. It's salty.
That's your own fault.
Self-imposed problem.
Use a straw.
There's literally a straw right here. Oh, the initial sip of the margarita was great. Salt. That's all me. I'm not blaming that on the margarita. That was 100% my own fault. But the moonshine works well in a margarita. It's not like a top shelf margarita, but for, kicking back in the fort, enjoying the wilderness, maybe in a rocking chair, perfectly fine. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 plus. This will always be one of our more relaxing crawls. This is like the reset mental crawl.
I agree. And there's plenty of other things we could have had too. If you come on a hoopty day, you can get a vegan platter or a non-vegan platter at Crockett's or Chell's. And I hadn't had the fried green tomatoes in a while, so I really wanted to do that. Shout out to Chef Conrad
yes.
for coming out and saying hi.
Yeah, he talked to us about the shrimp and grits dish that actually had an Angry Orchard barbecue sauce in it.
Yeah.
And it was like a herb cheese in the grits, which really like shone through, good flavors. They also have like a now full-size beef brisket sandwich, so the sliders now, and we still let the thing go past. It is massive. It's like twice as big as her fried green tomato sandwich.
Oh yeah, like we thought it was gonna be the size of mine, but no, it's like on one of those like artisan breads, so it's like literally this big.
Like a huge chunk of beef, mouth-watering, as Chef Conrad described it.
He's not wrong.
Maybe next time we come here, I will try that one. It was huge. I could not do that.
I would be grossed out.
Yes, she would. But we love how Crockett's has continued to evolve and upgrade its menu. It's nothing but improved. It was reimagined years ago. And I can only hope what's going to happen to it in the future, especially with this new hotel going in next door.
Yes, I can't wait to see it evolve. We've been reviewing this location specifically since 2018, and we have so many personal memories here that we just love coming back. Even though it's one of the harder places to get to if you're not staying here or at Magic Kingdom, I think it's worth the trip.
Yes. But we know what you guys think about it. There's a little mini food crawl in the comments below. As always, if there's any other mini food crawls you'd like to see us do, or anything else you'd like to see us do, the comments.
Other new food.
The comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, maybe Bear will yeet himself into a reflection of the cabin.
You heard the girl. She just wants a cabin.